am I able to climb over? So.
Yep. As we welcome you into Court 1 action here in Parkville, it is the reserves clash between Western Australia and Queensland. Michael Van Dorsa and Maxine Holzberger in the chair. Maxine's the tour manager for Queensland as we are underway very quickly as we go through and have a look at the two sides. Maxine, I'll let you go through the Queensland one. That will help us out for that one.
Okay, thank you. On court, we have Jason Coles in goal shooter, a seasoned shooter, Darren Gillespie, our Queensland Suns president, ex-open men's player and very experienced goal attack, Zach Howarth in wing attack. He's another experienced player. Actually, when I look down there, that's not Zach Howarth, I don't think, but I'll get back to you on that one. Then we've got Sam Carlson. He has played many years in open men's and now helping us out in the resis. Brian Williamson in wing defence. Another seasoned player, been with us many years. Zach Dawson in wing defence. And then we have Ryan Freestone in goalkeeper. And on our bench, we've got Colby Sturgis, Glenn Ormisher, Mark Nichols, Zach Hocking, and Zach Dunphy. Actually, let me get that. It is Zach Howarth as wing defence.
As it's 1-1. Saw Queensland play yesterday, and they were very good in the way that they went about things as well. Now, just quickly, if I can, go through the West Aussies side. In goal shooters, Robin Anderson, Trent Hubbarts in goal attack, Mitch Purser at wing attack, Daniel Ross controlling through the centre, Logan McGregor in wing defence, and the defenders are Chase Taua and Tobias Miller there for Western Australia as we are 2-1 up Queensland's way. It's been a fascinating tournament so far. How have you found it?
Well, being a past coach of Resi Men's for several years, I love the Resi's competition because it's normally very tight. Every game's very tight. And we have some new look teams, I must admit. Our Resi Men's, it looks fairly stable and very solid as opposed to they've been with us for a while. I see a lot of new Western Australian faces. New South Wales and Vic seem to have whole new look teams. And with the 23s coming in as well, that's lifted the standard a little. And Tasmania, as usual, solid as a rock. Same unbelievable team. So it's looking pretty tight. I think anyone could be in that final. And
it's obviously expanded sort of the competition to this year with the 23s joining in as well. It's an interesting sort of concept, only the two 23 sides, but it was great to see that they're a part of it.
And they're holding their own.
Yep.
So sometimes we find with the younger age groups, the junior age groups, when they take that step up into opens, it's a slightly different game. It's not so much about speed, it's speed and brains and tactics. And these two teams are killing it. They're doing a fantastic job. So, and I'm just looking to see, we have Fiji as well, don't we, in our grade?
I believe so, yes, yep.
And I think a few teams may have gone, Fiji, they must be maybe they could be coming across as a development team. Well, there were a few shocks these first 2 days. Fiji are a quality side and are going to give us a good run for our money.
And that's what we want to see in the expansion of it, to see what they can do. Obviously, it's been a good feel for them, a good opportunity for them to come in and have a crack.
Absolutely, and it's good experience for us as well to play the different style of netball and be exposed to that. So when we are at that Kelpies level, we can be aware of what the other states and countries and etc. offer. So right now, it's 5-3. I'm just trying to see.
I'm pretty sure it's Queensland's way.
Queensland's way, sorry. At the moment, I can't make out who's who. Yes, it's Queensland 5, Western Australia 3. They're quite unassuming, the Western Australian team. They look small. When you actually on the court, a handful of them look small, but they're gutsy. So we've got Jason Coles Nice easy shot for him under the post.
He's got his second one there.
Yep. West Australia centre pass. Nice, tidy, easy out for the wing attack. And you can see with the Resi men's, it's not about just flicking it on and running and flicking it on. They are placing the ball beautifully. They open the court. There's lots of court balance, presence all across the court. No smothering each other.
Indeed.
Nice.
They know where to go. That seems to be the issue.
Exactly. It's that smarts I mentioned.
Correct.
So we had Sam Carson, nice tidy pass into Jason Cole. Unfortunately, he missed. They have another chance with an offside, which Darren Gillespie passes off, sets himself up. And an obstruction there by our goalkeeper from Western Australia.
So Queensland come into this one sitting fourth on the table with a 2-1 record. Went down to Tassie first up by 5 goals, but then defeated the ADF and New South Wales pretty convincingly in both of them. That was a ripping game yesterday against New South Wales.
Yes.
53-42 Queensland's way.
Yes.
Zach Dunphy, 113 from 120 shots, at 94% coming into the game.
He might have sore shoulders last night.
That might be why he's sitting on the pine.
He could be having a bit of a rest, yes.
And obviously Jason Coles, Darren Gillespie and Glenn Ormshire in there as well. For Western Australia, they drew first up with Victoria, 52-all. That was a pretty impressive result. And then your Queensland 23s defeated Western Australia 61-50, and then they lost to the Vic 23s 67-40. But Robin Anderson's the one we need to keep an eye on.
Yes.
122 from 130, yes, 94%.
He's quite a consistent shooter. And I think that they find it easy to get the ball to him. Yep. And this is where I think Queensland need to really focus on stopping that feed into him. It's going to be exactly like that when any team comes across the Victorian team. It's the feed in because the Vicky shooter is so big that it's that the placement has to be sort of interfered with to some degree by the pressure. Great work by Freestone. Yeah, Freestone. His agility for an old man is really showing its style.
That's not going to get back to him at all there.
No. I called him agile once a couple of years ago, and he keeps coming up and hugging me and saying thank you.
I was more meaning the old man stuff, not the agile bit.
The old man.
He'll appreciate the agile, just not the old man.
See, he's had the knee reconstructed now, so he's really a new old man.
A new old man. Yeah. Well, he's got new knees.
We've got Brian Williamson's just gone down.
Bounce back up.
Yep.
As he gets this one to go forward,
Lots of space on the court for the Queenslanders. So Western Australian team don't seem to be on them at all. So they can move that ball quite easily. Unfortunately, a bad pass and they've lost that possession.
And as Coles tried to find the bench, I think that was where he was passing. I wonder, is that Zach Hocking on the bench there in the wing attack bib, I think?
That's it. Yes, that's correct.
They're working their way through. Ross here on Circle's edge, flicks it over the top, finds Anderson.
Yep, again. Wow, now we're even, 8-all.
8-all, back on centre pass.
Yep. Somebody may have got a bit complacent that they got a little bit of a lead first. Who knows? We don't know. But control. They look for the safe option and they get it there.
And they're not wasting any time, the bench as well, as
they're warming
great
up.
Work for Gillespie is it's going to just have a look there and just try and figure out who is actually going to be coming on. Is it Sturgis?
Colby Sturgis, and
at goal defence by the look of things.
That could be, or goalkeeper even. Oh man, he can play all of it, and he's an outstanding wing defence as well. So Zach Hocking looks like to be warming up as well.
So Anderson puts WA back level 9-all. 10 minutes or into the 10th minute of play in the first quarter.
Yeah. I wonder if Western Australia are pacing themselves. They're not going out with the centre pass at all. Like they're not trying to challenge that first ball. I don't know if they've got a game plan there, but the Queenslanders seem to be able to get it up there quite nicely. We've just got to convert every time.
So Mark Nichols into goal defence for the Queenslanders.
Okay. Oh, yes. I must have got down that far when I was reading out names before.
That's all right.
Oh, that was a step. Yes, the umpire saw that too.
It's great when the umpire sees what we see as well, isn't it?
Exactly.
It helps them out.
For those who didn't see that step, he actually took the possession of the ball on his front foot.
Yep.
He thought he took it simultaneously and turned and stepped in. But because he did the 1-2, when he brought that front foot back in, that was the step.
Coles working with Gillespie on circle's edge.
So
Contact against McGregor. As the ball's into the crowd. Thank you for giving the ball back.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Sometimes as a wing defence you feel like you can't do anything, so you tempt those balls, but in another way you've given the ball to the opponent. So you're probably better just staying on the body and shutting down the move rather than contesting that ball and going offside.
So some
And
good.
both the shooter and goal attack of Queensland have taken shots and missed, and now we've got Coles putting it away.
So what, the leap on toe and also Miller, very big there for the Thunder. So it's the WA Thunder and the Queensland Suns.
That's right.
Those playing along at home that don't know and who held ball call.
Where it's raining more than it's sunny lately.
It is.
It's raining now.
Can you send some back down our way? We've got so
with
much
pleasure.
dryness up here in
I've
Victoria's replay. Cool.
Everything's mouldy at home. Even your bath towel doesn't dry
that's no good.
in the rack all day. It's just so moist in the air.
Not great at all. Where is home for you?
In Brisbane.
In Brisbane, yep.
Yes.
Fair enough.
So we've got Queensland with possession again. Nice and easy. Not a lot of contest on the ball, which doesn't put too much pressure on, and Darren Gillespie puts another shot up. So we're 11 to Queensland, 9 to WA.
As they're working this one down nicely. Yeah, thoughts with everyone that has gone through so much up in Queensland, and I'm sure there's some up in WA that have had some similar sort of thing with the with cyclones.
And North Queensland as well is copping it. They've got floods everywhere too.
Yeah. So if you feel like if we can send some rain down to Victoria, I'm sure the Vics will let us go. Enjoy that. As
with
that one
pleasure.
just goes round and round and round, and it's like, do I want to go in or not?
We're talking about water, and it was creating a whirlpool.
Correct. So
now, Western Australia, we need some options, boys. That's it. Open up that court.
good work
great
by
back line.
Purser. Hubbards. The contact call against
Sam Carson.
Carlson.
Yep.
Carlson? Carson.
Carson.
I wrote that wrong. My fault.
I'll just double check. You know when you doubt yourself?
No,
Carlson. No, it is an L.
That is an L?
By this.
Okay. I was going to say, don't doubt yourself. Hubbards. Going to try and reload Purser. At the top of the circle, there's a contact call.
Against the goalkeeper. Free zone. And Robinson puts it away. Nice and easy.
So under 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. Game's flown by. They're working really hard. Both these teams. Coles thought he gave away the replay, but very quickly gave it off and ran back to position. Nothing from the umpire.
Logan McGregor's really making the Queensland wing attack, Zach Howarth, work to get that ball. They're actually starting to play that, close the next move off game, so that's excellent for Western Australia. Not so good for Queensland.
Good touch there from Carlson.
Yep.
This will be held. Time.
Yep, time. 1 minute 19 left.
It's just below us. South Australia are playing the Vics, the Vic 23s, and it's 14-9. So I reckon that might be South Australia's way, possibly. I'll double check that one in a little while for you.
Yes.
We'll keep an eye on that one across the afternoon, or across the morning. So where are we? No, we are afternoon. There's a good feed in. Great turn.
We've got
Williamson says, yep, that was a contact. I'm okay with that. Yep. So they're going to have to go back and hold ball though.
Reset. Oh, wow.
Just too long there for Purser. Now the Vic 23s are up 14-10. as that one's about to head to quarter time.
Wow. You can actually see Western Australia are now covering their man. They're playing the one-on-one game, and that's how they're getting the ball, where before they weren't, and Queensland could bring it through in the open space quite easily.
So Howarth.
So now they're starting to pick up the players a little bit more, making it a bit harder. We've got a Thunder throwing.
This ball goes into the people again. I'll tell you what, that ball girl that we've got courtside is fantastic, isn't she?
Yes.
10 seconds to go. Can WA get the distance down? Purser thought that siren was for
yes, I did too.
For our court, but no, it wasn't. Coles, the opportunity doesn't go.
It was worth a try.
I was going to say that word would have been a nice little package to put together. As we take quarter time here, it is 13-11 in favour of Queensland. What was a fascinating first quarter. We'll be back with more with Maxine Holzberger, Michael Van Dorsa on the other side of this.
The Get Active Victoria app is an easy way to step into everyday activity with videos on yoga, dance, low impact and more. Set your own goals and track your progress. Victoria app today.
Sally is your local netball administrator. She receives daily messages from her umpires on her phone and Facebook. Mary just messaged, and Craig, Sam and Jane. Struggling with managing umpire rosters like Sally? The Time Umpire software allows you to take control with ease. Check out timeumpire.com.au.
Hi, I'm Paul, General Manager at Strapdoor. Here at Strapdoor, we're committed to providing high-quality sports tapes that keep up with the demands of athletes around Australia without breaking the bank. Every roll of tape we produce meets stringent quality standards, ensuring all athletes can perform at their best with reliable support and peak flexibility. And because we believe in the value of our products, we're offering an exclusive 30% discount offer for sporting clubs. It's the perfect time to experience the difference Strapdoor can make. Follow us on our socials for the latest offers and updates. We're here to support all athletes and clubs' journeys. Join our community and elevate your game.
As we welcome you back to Court 1 here at Parkville, it's the AMNA Championships live and exclusive. Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're seeing us. It is WA taking on Queensland. It's the WA Thunder taking on the Queensland Suns. As we've seen Queensland with a 13-11 lead at quarter time. Michael Van Dorsa, Maxine Holzberger from the Queensland Suns. It's the tour manager. We've gone to the top to get the commentator in as well. And Maxine, it's been a pretty good performance by Queensland in that first quarter.
Yes.
Although Western Australia did have their moments, they fought back to even halfway through that quarter.
I think it's nice and tight. Like I said, Resi's is a very tight competition, and it's a long competition. We tend to have more teams than the other grades. So either team could come up with something here, though I do feel that the depth and the versatility in the Queensland Suns, sorry, I do sound biased, they've got so much versatility and talent there that whatever combination they put on, they've got it covered. They're not carrying a weak link. At the moment, they're playing a nice, tidy, clean, structured game. And a beautiful intercept there by Mark Nichols. Scored that ball back off the Western Australians. Helped bring it up the court as well. And now the Queenslanders are just moving that ball around, using the triangle, resetting themselves. And we have a miss from an obstruction though. And Gillespie scores.
So just getting the changes that are coming through.
Excellent.
For both sides as Tua comes off for Pickering in goal defence, and Scott Austin goes on into wing attack for Mitch Purser for the WA side. While for Queensland, the one change, Zach Hocking is in at centre for Sam Carlson there for the two sides. Gillespie with 10 goals in the first quarter, and Anderson with 10 as well for Western Australia. So get another one, 17-11. Queensland shooting out in this with 4 goals to nil in the opening 3 minutes of play, or 2.5 minutes of play. Been a huge start for the Queenslanders. There's held ball called on Hocking.
Yeah, and I also feel that
not on Hocking, it was on the Western Australians.
Hocking was doing the defending.
Correct, yeah.
Yes, the wing attack from Western Australia. Sorry, I haven't... Austin?
Yeah.
I think he'd run on so hard that he had to step on, but there was nobody coming to give the ball to him. So he possibly would have stepped if he didn't get the held ball call. It's that timing that is everything when it's a tight game. It's sometimes better to pull that ball up and hang on to it and keep the possession rather than risk losing it, which in that case they did.
So Queensland with another one, that through Coles. He's delivering in spades is Jason Coles. As we see a quick change for WA in the goal attack.
Zach Hocking just got bumped a couple of times. I don't think the umpire saw it. However, it is a little part of the game, but as the umpire didn't see it, it made it very difficult to pull anything up from that.
Jade Katoa for WA is on at goal attack, sporting a rather large bandage on his right hamstring quad area. Hope he's all right with it and testing it out, see how it goes. In at goal attack. Oh, the great read there from the keeper, and was that Miller? Read that beautifully for WA. Ross
Miller,
working with Katoa. Williamson gets a touch on the body of Austin. Anderson trying to work the way around. Draws the contact on Freestone. And I was going to say, doesn't normally miss a lot. He just gets that one to rim off, hit both sides of the iron. There's Gillespie. Works in with Williamson. Williamson's been huge. Plays all game at wing defence and just loves it.
Yes.
One thing I noticed yesterday, his massive smile on his face while he was playing. This one popped over the top to find Coles. And Coles will finish that with a nice little flick of the wrist.
Williamson is also a centre, but an outstanding wing defence. But he can play the circle as well, and this is another example of what I mean by their versatility in the team. Oh, excellent tip there by Freestone. Tipped the ball away. Robinson couldn't get his hands to get it to full possession, and now Queensland end up with the ball again.
Hocking, commentary wing.
Yep.
Nichols working the way through. Williamson getting involved as well, but Nichols and Williamson working hard.
Queensland not taking any risks, keeping the safe option, keeping that possession, just playing a nice, tidy, neat game. Unfortunately, unfortunately, the goalkeeper saw that coming and said, "Thank you, I'll take that one."
He's read a couple of really good ones there, Tobias Miller. Been very handy. As Austin is working with Ross again. Anderson hits his back shoe. Whose possession is it? Possession going Anderson's way. Mid-range, he gets that to go. How about that one? They get the score on the board. It's taken all of 6 minutes.
Yes, it sort of feels like they're starting off slow each quarter, and then they get their vibe as the quarter increases.
So you'd be best to explain where the players for the Queensland Suns reserves team, are they all based out of Brisbane or are they all around the state?
This year, they are basically in that larger southeast Queensland area.
Yep.
They are. All seasons players. I think we have one debutant in the team. Otherwise, all the boys have been Suns members for years and years. True diehards, very loyal, love their netball.
As that's a good finish there from Anderson from Western Australia. So just going to walk this one up, Zach Hocking. The game gets played at such a frenetic pace that they need the chance every so often just to calm it down a little bit.
And I think, again, that's the Resi men's, they have learnt, as I said, they've all been here before, they've learnt from experience, and this is both teams, don't kill yourself in the first couple of days. It's a long week.
Yep.
So they don't go, I shouldn't say they're giving 100%, they are giving 100%, but they're not going to set their player up for, being sandwiched or taken out. They're going to play the smart game.
That was some great ball awareness there from Williamson.
Yep,
got
and
a hand in.
Across the three of them make a really good little unit down there. And excellent vision by Gillespie. Saw his shooter straight in under the post.
Connection, the shooter-shooter connection's fantastic in that regard.
Why run when you can get the ball to do the work for you?
Well, and that's exactly right. And there's ball, great read there on Pickering. He had a beat on that from the moment it left the hands.
It did. It had a gold ink writing saying, "Please take me."
Yeah, exactly. It was just absolutely well done there. Ross, circle edge, flicking over the top, finds Katoa.
Yep. Good space for that
held it really
pass.
well.
Yes. He does feed the circle very well, the Western Australian centre.
In Daniel Ross,
Daniel Ross, yes.
Katoa gets the goal. And just a miscommunication a little bit between Ross and Austin.
I'm quite impressed with Logan McGregor as well at their wing defence. He is really making Zach Howarth from Queensland work really hard. It's nothing's a given. He's closing him off. He's on him all the time. And that's, at this level, that's what every player needs to do the whole game.
And you can see McGregor dancing around him at the moment.
Trying to create that doubt for the feed if he was going to be an option, which he's going to be able to do both sides. Free pass.
Hocking finds Gillespie. Obstruction call. And he'll take the opportunity. 23-14. 9 goals the margin.
So it's quite interesting when we look at those stats. It looks like we've got like 2 main shooters from each team. We'll just refresh, sorry.
That's right. But you're right, 2 main shooters from both sides.
Anderson is the key shooter for the Western Australian at the goal shooter position, yet our goal attack, Gillespie, seems to be the main, taking the most shots in the Queensland in the goal attack position.
Well, Gillespie came into this game shooting at 70%, 21 from 30, so getting a bit of a good run at it now. Cole's only had 14 from 20, so they're both shooting 70% coming into the match. Whereas Katoa was sitting at 53% for WA. Anderson, as I said earlier, 94%.
Wow, that's fantastic. Oops, he wasn't.
That was out of play.
I think, so to explain that call, and I think this might be what the umpire called, the goal attack ran on court, but he hadn't landed on court before he touched the ball.
Correct.
You must be grounded on at least to have grounded on the court before you can take possession of the ball.
As they're working their way through nicely, Anderson with the back hold there was able to get this one. And you can get it to go mid-range. As we're going to see a change. McGregor, who you've been speaking so highly of, it looks like he's going to be replaced at the moment. As this one's worked out for Howarth. Gillespie, Cole's out of the circle. Great work to find Hocking. And now Gillespie again, baseline. Coles gets the rebound. And goes as McGregor does take leave. As the scores
It's updating.
For us, 15 to 25. Toa, he comes in at wing defence. Saw him start at goal defence.
Queensland seem to have found their rhythm. Again, like I said, doesn't matter the combination. The swap works. Nice, easy. Everyone knows where to be. They're drilled. They know their jobs. Oops. And we have accidental contact there by Zach Howard coming through and taking his wing defence for a bit of a bump.
So WA slowly making their way through. Katoa's going to have to come out and get this. Austin trying to get to Katoa. Great work there.
Miscommunication meant they lost the ball, however.
I thought Nichols got that one cleanly, to be honest, as Katoa goes from long range.
I actually think the two West Australian players, it went the wrong way, and because Nichols was thinking it was going to come through and it didn't, so he landed on his back by mistake.
So 17-25. WA with the centre pass. Austin, flick over the top. Will get him reset and gets it back from Pickering. Katoa's doing really well getting out and hunting that ball, isn't he?
Yes, and also you can see the Queenslanders are right with them. They're not backing off. They're staying that tight game, and that's what we want. We need to make them work to get that ball. And that's when people get tired and mistakes start to make. But you have to stay focused.
Austin finds Anderson, and that run rims out.
And
Queensland ball.
Hand over possession now to Queensland, and Ryan Freestone's looking for an option.
Great work by Toa.
Yes.
Able to work her way through. Austin, Anderson.
Too easy, yes.
And he gets that one as Ross takes leave. McGregor's back on the centre.
Yeah, they looked a little bit disappointed with the mixed and missed balls, and instead of snapping up and getting back onto their player, that moment is gone.
Yep.
Because the opposition's always going to take advantage of the minuscule dropped head.
Yep.
And
Hawkins
thought
he got that.
Did his best, but
the umpire called contact on him.
Yep.
Much to his chagrin. I don't think Zach Hocking thinks he's done anything wrong when he's out there on court, the way he operates.
We like to say passion.
I don't disagree with you. He does a great job.
Yes, but sometimes we have to rein our passion in. So Anderson gets another lovely goal.
So now McGregor, again, they're making a bit of a comeback here, Western Australia, 19-25. Feels like Queensland have been stuck on that for some time. Katoa's out hunting this one. Ball bounces around like a pinball.
Nichols gets another good ball.
That ball's been passed to the opposition.
That passion just got a little bit overdrive. Too much Vegemite this morning.
Too much Vegemite this morning, yeah, that's it.
Big pass.
You see some of the shooters with not enough in theirs. McGregor. Queensland doing really well to try and settle this one.
Just being tenacious,
Austin.
Not backing off. Great defence there, trying to shut that ball down. Unfortunately, you can see Freestone questioning the umpire, but when you're looking at it from this angle, both players were competing, both players went up. Unfortunately, the Western Australia's momentum got the ball.
So it is half-time here on Court 1 and leading by 25.
The Get Active Victoria app is an easy way to step into everyday activity with videos on yoga, dance, low impact and more. Set your own goals and track your...
Sally is your local netball administrator. She receives daily messages from her umpires on her phone and Facebook. Mary just messaged, and Craig, Sam and Jane. Struggling with managing umpire rosters like Sally? The Time Umpire software allows you to take control with you.
Welcome to TLC Health Clubs. With gym equipment of the highest quality, exhilarating workouts and world-class coaching, we'll help you reach your fitness goals. There's also a pool and sauna for whenever you want to dive in or sweat it out. Join today and live your best life with TLC.
As we welcome you back to Court 1 in this enthralling reserves encounter between, reserves and 23s encounter between Western Australia and Queensland. Michael Van Dorser, Maxine Holzberger, the tour manager for the Queensland Suns. And I shudder to think what some of the things you have to do for, as a tour manager, Maxine, but I'm sure it's all good. It is Queensland leading by 5 goals as we enter the second half. As Western Australia are going forward, Katoa working with Austin, and they're going to work over to Anderson, who's been one of the focal points in this reserves competition. Yes. As we have a look through the courts at the moment, and I don't see a heap of changes for either side at this point. So
no, doesn't look it.
We start as we finished through the two squads, as generally tends to happen. One of the West Australian boys gets a bit of a rub on his back, trying to find the nice spots as offensive contact call on Anderson.
And excellent cover by Freestone to tip that ball away and get the possession back to the Queensland Suns. Now we can see Western Australia playing very tight, not letting them get that ball through quite so easy and making them work hard. And Gillespie refeeds and gets himself closer, and a nice, tidy goal.
So Katoa coming off for WA, and they're bringing on another shooter, or Huppets comes back into the throw. Interesting that the quick change happens in quarter rather than afterwards. Might be a bit of an injury there for Katoa.
It was quite interesting. We were mentioning in the last quarter how the goal attack, Gillespie from Suns, did most of the shooting, and Robert Anderson's doing the shooting in the Western Australian team. Yet now, the Coles, the goal shooter, and Gillespie are carrying the load together. It's starting to even up again. So it's funny well, it's not funny. It's interesting to see these changes when you look at the stats. One player lifts, and then now the others are coming up to be in the same par.
As Freestone gives away a replay. I'm just having a look in the tunnel, the Queensland tunnel, and Dunphy looks like he's warming up as well. So you're going to see two very similar goalers in a lot of ways. As Huppets can't get that to go, just a bit too much iron, and Freestone ends up, after the ball bobbles around, with a nice rebound.
That was lucky. Hocking gave away an obstruction on the outside of the circle, which gave them an easy shot, but as you said, Western Australia missed that attempt. And Coles was covered. Coles is being double teamed. So again...
Oh, great work there.
Gillespie becomes the free man. Now they'll go in and possibly split the defenders up if they can.
Toa.
And,
how
great
about that?
Pass. Oh, we got that on video.
That did
we
it.
got that on video. I'm sure he's going to snapshot that and keep that.
The pass
totally planned, I'm sure.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
The pass onto the ring and then straight into the lap of Gillespie.
Yep.
There's Williamson. Works with Nichols.
Normally we see a shooter do that to themselves. We don't see the centre do that to a shooter.
Exactly.
That was good.
This Dunphy's eager to get on. He's going to be replacing Coles by the look of it.
Yes.
And that substitution is made.
So I wonder if the coach saw that they were double teaming Coles, which could be the reason why his attempts at shots are a little bit less than Gillespie's, and she's changing it up to make the opposition have to rethink their plan. Well,
Dunphy's a very tall goaler as well.
Yes.
He'll be able to hold space nicely. And there's the quick change. You can see that. Yep. And he's got this lovely layup action that he just barely misses, as you see it there.
Yes, and a really large stretch. I can remember when we when coaching him, he says, "See my hand? Put the ball there.
Yep,
it's mine."
Yep, and he does too.
He does,
even just watching the game yesterday, he just literally you feed the hand and it literally doesn't go any further.
And he can still hold his hand up there, but change the position of his body and turn around and take it in a totally different way, which makes it so hard to defend. So you can see he's turning his body all the time. Wherever the ball's going, he adjusts his body to it.
There's Pickering came out hunting to try and find that one.
Yep, keeper read that one.
They're working their way down nicely. So,
another step.
McGregor. Williamson again. They're working their way through.
So we've had a change in wing attack.
I was going to say...
Yes, Zach Howarth is off and Sam Carlson's on. We haven't... it hasn't refreshed yet, sorry, on our screen, but I can see from the players.
Oh, I thought so too. I was looking at it, I'm like, just trying to figure it out. I think Howarth's going to come on in centre in a second for hockey. As we look over the benches and see what's going on. It's coming out hunting there. Freestone couldn't quite get a read on it in the end, but Anderson finishes off nicely.
The idea was good. Unfortunately, Williamson at wing defence didn't know Ryan was coming, so sort of cut him off. But Freestone had the right idea and then unfortunately left the shooter wide open.
Carlson works it in. Ball between the two. Rejected. It was contacted on the hand, though. That was going to look good.
Especially that close under the post. It's almost too hard to be able to get that elevation and be at 3 feet to be able to reject from that close to the post.
As Miller gets told off by the umpire. McGregor will start things going again. They're going to work their way around. It was a little bit hard with the pass back, I think, with that one. As that is a nice feed over to Anderson.
Yeah, wing attack had a little bit too much space there. Brian, I think, was doing a bit more area defence rather than the one-on-one, which made it a nice open court for the Western Australian team to bring that ball down.
Carlson, Hocking, and now Carlson again on circle edge this time. Great work, great hold until Gillespie got there.
Does that sweep so well. I sort of wonder if it is even worth double teaming. They should be possibly staying one on and swapping once they get there inside the circle.
What is the best goal circle makeup for Queensland in this competition? Because it looks like the 3 or 4 shooters that they have used throughout it, obviously Glenn Ormshoot in there as well, they can all do the work.
Oh, they can. They absolutely can. And Ormshoot is an amazing mid-quarter and defender as well. Like, he's a blessing all the way up the court, as several other are. But it really, when you're coaching, I call it, you need a flavour. So what would be the best against Western Australia might not be the best against New South Wales.
Yep.
So we can see in this game, they look like they've got a sturdy goal attack in Gillespie, and he's playing a solid game, so if it's working, why change it?
Yep.
And they're just maybe rotating the shooters for court space, because Coles was doing a great job. He wasn't being slack or wearing out. He was doing fine. So now they're probably just rotating there.
And they've got a good margin of nine goals at the moment too. So
yes, if we look at the Western Australian team, we've stuck with the same combination. It makes me wonder, do they not have a solid depth in their shooting end?
Yeah. Well, Katoa is also, who has been on, has come off and is a bit injured.
Might be injured
as well.
Okay.
I think he was getting some work done on that heavily strapped quad hamstring.
Yep.
So it was Hubbards.
It didn't look confident then, and he tried to pass off. Do you think, like what I feel as a coach, shoot?
Yeah, turn and shoot.
Have a go. Give it a chance. You've got a 50-50 chance of getting the rebound.
Yep.
And a 50-50 chance of getting a goal. So
that to me says it's a 75%.
And sometimes the more you pass in the circle, the more risks you take in handing over possession. So that's what I mean when, as in this grade, it's the smarts start to really kick in. It's not just the athleticism and basic skill. It's skill, fitness, and your brain. You've got to have a good brain.
McGregor finds Hupperts from a similar spot to where he was before. He tried to flick it on.
Yep, a little bit of communication issue there.
Anderson, sorry.
Yeah, bit of communication, didn't sort of give him the eyes, I'm giving it to you.
Yep. Yep. So this ball goes for a bit of a jog.
Being so close to the post, Anderson probably just assumed he was going to shoot.
So. And I think that shows, like, Hupperts, as we said, coming into this game was 7 from 12, so shooting at 59%. And you're probably sitting there going, he's just struggling with some confidence.
Yes,
in that respect.
Yep. So his confidence is down, so be safe to pass it. Where he needs to shoot to break that negative thought.
Both these, like Dunphy at one end and Anderson at the other. Anderson's your more traditional sort of shot, as we have a look at it there. The back and
the style.
In, whereas Dunphy, as you'll see probably in the next set of pass, will go. He loves the little hook, and I think it's just.
He's a basketball player too.
Yeah, right.
He plays quite well-graded basketball, so he's been able to develop.
Is he still playing high-up basketball? Yep.
Yeah,
so
he still plays both. Quality basketball, yeah.
And he
loves his basketball.
As you can see, it's just literally that step and hook as Ross is back on for Western Australia in centre.
Yeah. The other thing about Dunphy is he's a good, solid target.
Yep.
You know where he is. You know what he can do. And if the defences if it gets the defence in the right place and it's the right feed, it's a given, like this. If it's the right feed in the right space.
There's a change at goalkeeper for the Suns. I think that's Sturgis coming on, is it?
Yep, Colby Sturgis, yes. He's got an excellent reach. Very good reach. He's quite an unassuming player. You think he's at the side or behind and he can step out and come front when you least expect it, which is fantastic for Queensland and not so for the opposition.
You say there's a nice hold from Gillespie. There's almost a no-looker. There's a nice work there from Dunphy. Got his own rebound after leaving it on the iron. Another change for Western Australia.
It's quite demoralising in defence because if it's that perfect ball, like that one was from the goal attack from Western Australia, straight into Anderson, it's almost undefendable.
Yeah.
Like, you sort of think, oh, what more can I do? Well, that's just it. It's been through 6 players' hands.
Correct.
You're the last, brick in the wall, basically. Yeah.
McGregor's back out there, this time at wing attack. So
he's getting all around the mid-court.
Getting all the mid-court sort of options. As he sets the screen for Hubbards, runs off it himself and goes straight up the middle. Gets the ball to her.
Well, we've got good hands over, forcing the Western Australian team to reset and go backwards. Got a bit of cover and a beautiful pass in the backspace.
Yeah, well done there by Ross.
Yes.
He left that nicely.
Yep.
Did Anderson, said feed me over the top.
And Anderson protected that space, so that's perfect netball.
That's a misread from the two.
Yes.
Mid-quarters.
Gillespie must have thought that somebody else was coming around.
Just sense Hocking's getting a little bit tired at the moment.
Yes, it could be the reason why the other players are there ready to go on the side of the court.
Huppert's out trying to get that one. Good hands
good
there.
hand in there by Nichols.
I think Nichols has played a very serviceable game at goal defence after not starting there. Well, starting on the bench at least anyway, and came on early.
Yes, he's again another unassuming player. He's so clean. He's clean in the air, clean around the body.
That was clever from Gillespie. Cut through to the space.
Yep.
Sorry.
No. Lots of experience from both those players mentioned. And again,
great vision. Huppert's, Ross called for it.
Yes.
And it drew the attention there of Sturgis, and Sturgis was like halfway between the two, and then held onto it and fed Henderson beautifully.
Western Australia lured them out, gave them that false sense of security, and changed their mind.
Gillespie, mid-range, can't get it to go. The rebound worked out okay, but he's thrown it away.
Okay.
Has Dunphy.
Zach doesn't agree with that call for some reason. Oops. Oh dear.
Jeez, that got Chase Coles up on the
bench. He was rather excited about that.
It's the biggest jump I've seen him do this tournament thus far.
Oh dear.
Can't even do it for his own rebounds. He had no one there, that's probably why.
For a solid fella, he actually is quite agile. You don't realise it until you are playing against him.
Yeah.
He needs to use it maybe a little bit more, but he is quite agile.
Dunphy, I feel like saying for another two.
Yes.
the way he's shooting it.
Yeah.
So there's West Australia. McGregor comes all through with it. Just out of Huppert's hands.
Yeah, that was great pressure in the circle too to stop that feed into Robinson. That made them force that long ball. Time's called. Intentional contact. Oh, no. Oh, sorry. I take that back. I've misread that. And the ball's been turned over. It's now Western Australia ball.
It's going to reset.
Yeah.
Reset. I'm not sure what actually happened there.
No, me neither.
I did say we need to get the umpires mic'd up for this court one. But
yes. It's
Huppert's on the siren pretty much. Tried to flick it over the top. Couldn't quite do it.
By Colby Sturgis to stop that goal. So Queensland lead by 10, 40-30.
That they do, and we'll be back with the last 15 minutes of this one on the other side of this. Stick with us, you're watching the Abner Championships live.
The Get Active Victoria app is an easy way to step into everyday activity with videos on yoga, dance, low impact and more. Set your own goals and track your progress. Victoria app today.
Sally is your local netball administrator. She receives daily messages from her umpires on her phone and Facebook. Mary just messaged, and Craig, Sam and Jane. Struggling with managing umpire rosters like Sally? The Time Umpire software allows you to take control with ease. Check out timeumpire.com.au.
Hi, I'm Paul, General Manager at Strapdoor. Here at Strapdoor, we're committed to providing high-quality sports tapes that keep up with the demands of athletes around Australia without breaking the bank. Every roll of tape we produce meets stringent quality standards, ensuring all athletes can perform at their best with reliable support and peak flexibility. And because we believe in the value of our products, we're offering an exclusive 30% discount offer for sporting clubs. It's the perfect time to experience the difference Strapdoor can make. Follow us on our socials for the latest offers and updates. We're here to support all athletes and clubs' journeys. Join our community and elevate your game.
So we turn for home. It is the Queensland Suns leading by 10 goals, 40-30 over the WA Thunder. Michael Van Dorsen, Maxine Holzberger,
Sorry, it wouldn't.
the teams are in for the fourth quarter, and we are just getting that confirmed as Queensland taking an early goal on the board in the fourth, as we're going to hold time for a ball that's gone AWOL. We need to do something different about this, I reckon. But Maxine, how are you? It's been a fascinating game between the two.
It has. It's nice, tidy, evenly contested. They're both smart, clean, nice teams. There's no dirty coming in lates and stuff like that, which can leave a bitter taste in your mouth sometimes. So they're just both fighting hard for the ball, applying their skill sets. Oh, nice feed.
It's a nice lay up there.
Great vision there. Is wing attack now.
Is that hockey?
It's hocking, yet on the list it says Halson still.
Yeah, no, that's right. I thought that might be the case, and Howarth has gone into centre.
We don't seem to be updating on our little tablet as quick as the teams are. So sorry about that, everybody. And a nice, tidy, sweet pass into Dunphy from Zach Howarth.
I must admit, I do like having the names on the shirts as well. That helps a lot as well for everybody.
Thus, you have your binoculars, because we're sitting up here with the birds.
They do call this the bird cage.
Oh, right.
So there you go. So you're quite right. As
Yes.
Michael Humphreys is on at wing defence for the Thunder. That's one change that I can see. McGregor's still in wing attack. I think is it Toa that's gone into goalkeeper? It is, because Miller's taking a break.
Dunphy scores again. Beautiful, just nice, tidy netball all the way down the court.
Sorry, Miller doesn't take a break. He's switched out to goal defence. As Pickering is off for that one, and I think everything else is pretty much as is throughout it. So we're working through the list, making sure. I feel like Santa in the little ways. We're checking the list and
checking it twice.
Checking it twice. As Gillespie with a good hold over the shot.
I'm not sure. I'm starting to feel that Western Australia in the defence end is starting to look tired.
Yep.
There was a a ball straight across the top of the circle, and the 3 West Australian boys sort of just watched it go by instead of like being that
Punching it.
fire in the belly, tapping it out.
As Huppets falls short, and great work there by Anderson to put it back in.
Or it could go back to they start slow each quarter and then they build into it.
Which is true.
Yes.
Just take a bit of use to
Good try there, goalkeeper.
the way of the game, and
Yes.
it's really well done there. Again, Zach Dunphy.
Oops, Williamson's down. He's bounced back up again.
I'm going to call him Flubberman. For those that remember that old movie.
I also think wing defence is sort of like a thankless job. You do so much work shutting down the wing attack, shutting down the play, supporting everybody, but you don't ever seem to get the glory.
Well, and it's the first position that everyone sits there and goes, you don't need a wing defence. If you're playing with 6...
In junior netball, maybe. But once you get to elite netball, which this is, elite netball, it's the first position that I absolutely want, a cracker wing defence.
Yeah, and Williamson is definitely that.
Yeah.
Like I said, I actually don't think, and I'm going to have to go. I'm going to go back and have a look coming into today, but whether or not he's actually had any sort of time off. But I'll keep going with that as you keep an eye on what's going on. What is
we're
going to reset everything?
Yes, Umpy's called the centre back. We've got the flooding that back line, so Queensland had to choose to use the centre pass from the back line. Hey, West Australia doing a great job here. Nice press. Whoa, they almost had it. They had them really tightened up, and the centre came through, or the wing defence, sorry, I'm not sure which one came through, just tipped the ball away, but not enough. Queensland got possession and scored.
Well,
but that was great defence. They've kicked in. It's sort of like somebody's flicked a switch and they're back on.
I'm going to be made a fool of here because the game I saw yesterday was against New South Wales, and that's when Williamson has played 54 of the possible 60 minutes. But he played 34 against Tasmania in game 1 and 15 against the ADF. So he has had a bit of a break, and he's about to get another one as well as he's taking leave. He's done a fantastic job.
Coach might have decided that being on the floor isn't a good option.
I was going to say, I'm thinking you might have heard me talking about him too much and said we don't want him being noticed all the time.
Whoops. Oh dear. Oh, goalkeeper, he must be so disappointed. He jumped a little bit too early, missed that ball, and Queensland gets to score.
So Zach Dawson in at wing defence now for the Suns.
That centre just feeds beautifully, that goal shooter from Western Australia.
Daniel Ross has been really good for him.
It's just so smart, the way he puts it out there.
Howarth gets it back again. After a tip. Oh, well read there by Taua.
Yes. Just that tip. Oh, Umpy's called something again. Contact.
Against Howarth in that passage.
Yep.
As this ball finds Miller, commentary wing, or the side of the ground at least anyway.
Yes.
Ross.
So, I missed that too.
I didn't quite catch what that one was for.
Someone went offside, possibly?
Yep.
Looks like it.
Early. Well read there by Ross.
Yes.
He saw it coming and they gave it to him.
Yep. Wrong pass. Should have been a big, powerful shoulder pass.
Anderson leaves it on the iron, though.
Bit of speed and power on that one.
Nichols, Howarth.
Queensland pacing themselves. And as Gillespie did a few times, just let the ball do the work for you. Save your legs.
I'm going to be cheeky and try and see what we got here. Is Dunphy's already up to 17 goals. Gillespie's at 22. And you can see the real shift between the two, isn't it?
That's right.
When Gillespie and Coles were on, they were sharing the load. And now, since Dunphy's come on, he's really taken control of that goal circle. And Gillespie's playing like a third feeder from the in the midcourt.
That's right. And they're also not double teaming Zach Dunphy as much as they were Jason. And I'm wondering, do we have different defenders, or did they feel maybe Zach's height, it's not worth wasting that other defender by not trying to shut down the goal attack? So, for instance, when Coles was in there, the defenders were similar height.
Yep.
So you've got a chance of picking off that ball. Where with Zach being so tall, they're both shorter defenders.
Yeah, I think it's a different defensive structure that they've gone with.
Yes.
As this one's worked through. Ross again, massive. Oh, it's just balls going out of play.
Yeah, I think he may have just tripped there.
Yeah, at the inopportune moment as we hold time.
And floor needs to be white, I assume? No. And that was lucky.
How about that from Hockey? And he turns to the bench and says, look at me.
He's claiming the glory.
Oh, my gosh. That was the sort of...
That's three.
That's the sort of person that he does.
Sorry.
I think everyone thought it was going out and West Australia decided to run off.
I'm sure he's going to take a video of that one as well. Sorry.
And apologies to all those at home that have just had their eardrums burst.
Oh dear. Just a little bit too much on that pass. And again now the Queenslanders are back double teaming
Anderson,
as he's the key shooter. They've picked it out already. He's the only solid shooter there. So
I think we've got a bit of a change in at goalkeeper.
His goal attack. That's it. Oh, never mind. Got to follow that ball in.
Yeah, Hubbards can't get it to go.
It's just not his day. Or game, should I say. I won't give him the jinxing for the whole day. Oops.
So the change tour out of goalkeeper and Miller's gone back there after playing goal defence.
We've got our two centres really competing with each other, closing each other off the circle. A little bit of hassle still going on there.
No, they're fighting hard, which is good to see. Interesting we haven't seen Purser back out on the court as well for WA. I thought he did a reasonably good job. That's some great work there for WA. New player on the court in goal attack.
Oh, he's brought a little bit of zoosh to the game.
Ladka.
And passes. Anderson finishes it off again. Okay, that was a Queensland centre, so...
Scoring against the centre's a good opportunity for the Thunder.
Oh.
Good feed.
Yep.
Well read there by McGregor. Who have you been impressed with as we head to the last 5 minutes of this game? Who's impressed you the most?
From Western Australia, I like the centre and the wing attack. So
McGregor and Ross.
McGregor and Ross, they've really, they're holding that mid-court together a little bit with their power and their just doggedness, not giving up. In the Queensland team, I'm very biased.
Yes.
Very biased.
Okay.
But I do feel that Gillespie's been a workhorse in this game.
Yep.
And I do have to say Zach Hocking is playing really well, even with his Larry legendary passing off the post and under the leg and out the back. And but honestly, I do feel that they're all playing quality game. Whether one is standing out more, not sure.
No, that's all right, as Carlson's back out there in centre as well, so definitely the rotation of the players is happening now. 4 minutes to go for Queensland.
Mark Nichols is another one. He never looks like he's exhausted. He just goes and goes and goes, like Zach Howarth. They're just legends. They just keep going, run and run.
There's Carlson, finds Gillespie. Gillespie just sits there and directs traffic. Oh, well done there by Miller. He recognised Dunphy was going to get it. Gave him the 3 feet instantly so he couldn't work around on that nice little hook. And had made him reset it at least anyway. So had to do some second phase play.
Another thing that we see with the Queensland shooting setup is, yes, we saw Darren Gillespie taking most of the shots possibly in that very much the first quarter. but he's not a selfish player.
Yep.
He's most happy to deliver that ball to the person that's going to get the best percentage of the shot. And at the moment in this half of the game, Dunphy's that person, so he's passing it off.
Yes, we've still got
great
work
tip there, Colby.
Yeah,
Those
Colby
arms.
Sturgis.
Yep. It's got nice long reach. Well done. Now he's trying to cover Anderson, knowing that they're going to try and use him for the pass. And Mark didn't quite get that ball. But Queensland ends up with the ball anyway, which was great defence in that circle.
Dawson did really well there not to go offside as this one over the top.
And nicely placed once again.
Yep.
To the
Pickering's
Dunphy.
at least contesting those ones from Dunphy as well. So
He's trying.
He's trying to contest them. They're not
She's got to
simple.
put it all out there, hey.
Yep.
Give it every go.
Well
yes.
done, Miller, but
And
Carlson, Johnny on the spot.
yes. But that was great. Great reading of that ball.
I think this was a change they probably should have done a little bit earlier,
Yes,
I think,
I was
for
just
WA.
thinking the same. When I thought that the defence had looked a bit tired. And even the goal attack coming in, they brought a little bit more energy to the team.
As Vladka misses again,
Whoops.
he's going to get the opportunity here to get involved in the play.
That's it. Western Australia just need to keep that possession now. Oh,
But
good.
well done, Gillespie, holding
Yes.
on to it. I think Gillespie's going to see out the 60 minutes as well in this one. Nice work on the circle edge.
And nicely placed over the top there. Zach to Zach.
Well, Dunphy misses to that one and then gets that one to go. They've hit 60, I think. Scoreboard must be working out with it. They might get it anyway. We're 59-39. It's 20 goals. Gillespie to make it 60. He does.
And see if Thunder can get to 40. And no.
Great work, Nichols.
Mark,
He's been fantastic today.
He saw that coming. He read that space. That's what, and see, like it didn't even look like it was hard work for him.
No.
Just gliding through. Thank you.
There's that one tipped over the edge. Dunphy tried to just tap it in. Didn't go. The Thunder, we're going to try and send this one down. Great work by the defence there.
Great ball by Sam Carlson, taking that pass. Good feed in.
Aiming for one
we're
more.
doing it again.
Oh, Dunphy again. Oh, Pickering.
So we get a penalty pass or shot. And we have
that worked.
Instruction. So I've got a feeling.
They're still going here, Thunder, with the shot on the buzzer. That will count.
Woohoo! They made
Very
40.
good. They got to 40. Unfortunately for the Thunder, it was Queensland 62. But that was a very entertaining game of netball.
It was nice, neat, tidy, contested netball.
So
No mugs.
22-10 in that last quarter for the Suns.
Wow, that's great stats.
That's a very good last quarter.
I think they can. Both teams should be proud of themselves. So it was good level of netball.
Well, with that, we will finish up the coverage of this game, this reserves and 23s game of the Amnon Championships with Western Australia and Queensland. Queensland winning by 62 goals to 40. That's 22 goals. Maxine Holzberger, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you for inviting me.
No problem at all. We'll be back with more action in just a little while. Stick around. You're watching the Amnon Championships live from Parkville.